WNBA is undergoing unprecedented transformations, driven largely by the remarkable ascent of Caitlin Clark. Her electrifying performance during the 2024 season attracted record-breaking audiences and astonishingly high viewership numbers.
I'm Reggie Chapman with your sports, coming to you live from State Farm Arena ahead of this marquee matchup. The Atlanta Dream taking on the Indiana Fever, as well as superstar guard Caitlin Clark, who is on the floor right now getting warmed up for this game. Of course, we are here inside of State Farm Arena. More than 17,000 people are supposed to be here for this one. But that's really just been the Caitlin Clark effect everywhere she goes. Her team leads the WNBA in attendance. It has teams moving to bigger arenas like the Dream have all over the country.
However, when she left the playoffs earlier than expected, the league faced a sudden drop in ratings and attendance. In reaction to this decline, Commissioner Kathy Engelbert and WNBA are implementing significant changes for the 2025 season, such as extending the finals and increasing the number of regular season games.
Certainly something we look at for all of our teams every year, as well as obviously, as you mentioned, the expansion teams. I think my comments on the expansion teams were you want to make sure the expansion owners know when they're coming into this league, it's a competitive league. Free agency is competitive now, and you know, all of our owners are investing. You see investing in practice facilities and other player experience, and I think
these new adaptations are designed to harness the Clark effect and guarantee that the league continues to be a major force in the sports industry. Yet, with so much depending on the brilliance of one player, a pressing question emerges. Will these daring adjustments secure the future of the WN, or are they merely a quick fix? Let's delve into the implications of these new regulations for women's basketball.
Angel Reese is playing against Caitlin Clark, okay? They have this big game going on. Neither one of them are the best teams in the league, but she gets fouled, Caitlin Clark does, and this is how Angel Reese, who she became a champion, by the way, in college. I think she won the championship. Caitlin Clark in the championship.
Exactly, 2 years ago.
However, for whatever reason, the audience likes watching Caitlin more because she's more exciting than Angel. But watch what she says.
Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Caitlin Clark, a bright star in basketball, burst into the WNBA with a force that no one saw coming after her amazing time at Iowa in college. She immediately started to impress everyone with her extraordinary performances. Her knack for shooting from long distances and her skill in controlling every game transformed each match into an event no one could afford to miss, captivating not only the loyal fans but also those new to basketball, eager to see history being made on the court. But then, when Clark's team faced an early exit from the playoffs, the ramifications were felt right away throughout the league.
Caitlin, what value do you feel like you and this team got out of the playoff experience, and what did it to you reveal that you guys need in the future?
Yeah. Like we talked about in our locker room after the game ended, where obviously people were pretty disappointed in the outcome. I think it gave us a taste of where we wanted to be. At the same time, I felt like we could have done a little bit more to help it get back here for a game 3, and that's what really kind of stunk about the whole thing.
Viewership numbers fell sharply, dropping by as much as 50%. The WNBA found itself in a rush, trying to understand and respond to this sudden loss of interest. Caitlin Clark had become such an essential figure that without her, the league was faced with a significant gap that they could no longer overlook.
What she did to bring eyes to that sport. Whether people want to admit it or not, it's just a fact. A lot of people were watching because of Caitlin Clark, and I think it's okay to admit that.
And I happen to believe the facts have shown that I was right. How was the attendance for Team USA in the Olympics? What would it have been like if Caitlin Clark was playing on that team?
Caitlin Clark, a phenomenal player, has truly transformed the landscape of WNBA television ratings. Dazzling skills on the court have attracted an incredible number of viewers, a phenomenon the league simply cannot overlook.
And in terms of Caitlin Clark, just to start with her, she's different. Like, in talking to a lot of people, one of my closest friends, assistant coach in the WNBA. And she just says it's an experience. All of her games are experience because she just plays.
In response to this surge in interest, starting from next year, the WNBA Finals will be elevated from a best-of-5 series to a best-of-7. So this exciting decision is a testament to the audience's yearning for more of Clark's thrilling performances.
Guys, we have some breaking news that I want to bring to the table. Commissioner Kathy Engelberg, Commissioner of the WNBA, just announced that starting in 2025, the WNBA Finals format will change to a best-of-7 series. Yes. And the format will be 2-2-1-1-1.
With the expansion of playoff games, the WNBA aims to captivate fans for an extended period, allowing the intensity to spread across many games and venues. The new 2-2-1-1-1 format will not just deliver more exciting contests, but will also symbolize the increased enthusiasm ignited by extraordinary talents like Clark.
Huge, because all teams who have fought with their blood, sweat, and tears get an opportunity to play at home. Think about this season. You'll get Indiana Fever, Caitlin Clark, Ryan Howard in Atlanta. So this is huge for not only the players, but also the market. Yeah. Well, I was going to say for the fans. It's been
This moment is not just about playing more basketball, it signifies a golden opportunity to harness the remarkable influence she has brought to the sport. Now, let us dive into the financial aspect of the situation, because we must not overlook the substantial amounts of money involved. The remarkable rise of Caitlin Clark has generated a surge of revenue unprecedented for the WNBA. Sales of jerseys skyrocketing, ticket sales hitting record highs, sponsorship agreements pouring in at an extraordinary rate. Caitlin Clark's jersey has reached the status of being the most sold item in the WNBA, and her basketball games continue to attract record attendance.
This excitement started. Rick and Joni Stevens snatched up Fever season tickets last year after attending the WNBA draft party, where Leah Boston was selected.
Thankfully, we were season ticket holders last year. Now we are again this year with upgraded seats, so we love that.
The Stevens say they had such a great experience with the Fever, they're now sitting front row courtside for the coming season. And
So each time she plays, arenas are filled to their maximum capacity, highlighting her incredible popularity. This accomplishment is particularly important for a league that has often struggled to attract the same financial backing and media attention that the NBA receives. But now, with the Clark effect making waves, the WNBA is seizing the moment.
Really crazy. The WNBA's Atlanta Dream usually play in a 3,500-seat arena, but for tonight's game against Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever, they moved it to the nearby NBA arena. And get this, the game completely sold out, setting a franchise record with an astonishing 17,575 fans in attendance. That's right, over 17,000 people packed the arena to watch Caitlin Clark and the Fever.
By expanding the finals to 7 games, there will be increased ticket sales, more television slots available, and a surge of merchandise flying off store shelves. The addition of 4 more games in the regular season means greater chances for fans to purchase tickets, watch the games, and cheer on their favorite teams. However, as with every business choice, there exists a degree of risk. What if viewership declines again? What if Caitlin Clark cannot keep up her extraordinary performance? These are challenges the league will have to confront as they navigate through these changes. So let us delve into the playoff format, which has some exciting changes. The finals now transition to a best-of-7 series, which adds more suspense. Additionally, the first round of the playoffs undergoes a transformation. It will follow a 1-1 format. This modification is anticipated to enhance competitiveness in the early matches and render the outcomes less foreseeable. The intention behind this adjustment is to elevate the stakes for every team involved in the playoffs, allowing the players to feel that each game is crucial for their success. However, this brings an important consideration. While increased drama is a thrilling prospect, it also imposes significant pressure on the players. With a longer season and more games on the horizon, one must ponder if the league's brightest talents can sustain their high-level performance. A crucial question emerges: what if a pivotal player, like Clark, who is instrumental in the league's achievements, encounters an injury or experiences exhaustion? These inquiries hold great significance. The WNBA is making a substantial gamble on this new playoff structure, but only time will reveal whether this decision will be fruitful in the future. One thing is for sure, the fans are craving more excitement, and the league stands ready to meet their desires. It is very tempting to get lost in the excitement surrounding these new developments, but we must remember the athletes involved. The decision to extend the season and introduce additional playoff games brings with it an inevitable increase in physical strain on their bodies. For elite players such as Caitlin Clark, Breanna Stewart, and Ajay Wilson, the potential consequences of a longer season cannot be underestimated. It truly becomes a matter of concern. Additionally, with more games come greater travel demands, extended practice hours, and more nights spent away from home. All of these factors can significantly affect player fatigue levels, the likelihood of injuries, and their overall performance on the court. While the financial advantages of heightened exposure for the league are clear, we cannot ignore how these changes may impact the players' health and well-being. At the same time, we must recognize that many athletes flourish in tough competition and welcome the chance to play more matches. For some, the chance to showcase their talent on a bigger stage overshadows the difficulties that come with it. But if you will, in the years ahead, it will be interesting to see how these changes affect the performances of the league's brightest stars. It is very hard to discuss these changes without noticing how much Caitlin Clark is important in the situation. Right now, she is definitely the face of the WNBA. Her name alone can attract fans, sell tickets, and increase viewership. But is it really fair to place so much expectation on just one player?
Live from downtown with the number sitting 17,575. I am proud to announce that this game has been sold out. Dreamers, make some noise.
Caitlin's amazing talent has clearly changed the league, but the WNBA must be cautious not to depend too much on her. What would happen if she gets injured or chooses to leave the sport? Can the league maintain this excitement without her presence? At the same time, Caitlin is fully accepting her role as the biggest star in the league. She has continuously shown breathtaking performances, and if anyone can manage such pressure, it is her. But even the best players can reach their limits, and the WNBA must ensure they are creating a league that can succeed with or without its brightest talent. As we move forward, an undeniable truth stands out: the WNBA is making a significant investment in its future. The adjustments to the playoff format and the regular season are crafted to ensure that the league remains fierce in an ever-changing sports environment. Although Caitlin Clark is currently at the forefront of this transformative phase, the WNBA is diligently working to secure a future where success is not solely tied to one individual superstar. The league is expanding, and these courageous changes signal their ambition to elevate women's basketball to unprecedented levels. Whether these strategies will yield fruitful results remains uncertain, but one fact is clear: the WNBA is unafraid to embrace bold risks. So, what are your thoughts? Will these new initiatives be enough to keep the league's positive momentum, or is there a risk in placing too much pressure on Caitlin Clark and other top players? We encourage you to add your thoughts in the comments section below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for the latest updates about the WNBA and everything related to women's basketball.